Konnichiwa, it's Nataliedrewy ending her Tokyo Part 3 with a banger. Today's itinerary includes going on a guided tour to the Instagrammable places around Mount Fuji and Ueno Park on the last day. This is Part 3 and ikozo! Since it was a guided tour and the meeting time was at 8:30 a.m. at Tokyo Station, we were up at crack of dawn to get ready and head there. Fortunately, it was a short trip from Ueno to Tokyo on the Yamanote line. Tour to Mount Fuji and some Instagrammable spots in Tokyo. We met our tour guide and group at Tokyo Station and got on the tour bus. Mount Fuji, Fujisan, at 3,776 meters is Japan's highest mountain, but of course it is not just a mountain. It is also an active volcano. The last time it erupted in a major way was in 1707. The Japanese revere this sacred mountain. Travel tip. When there are clouds, the poor visibility often blocks the view of Mount Fuji. You have to consider yourself lucky if you get a clear view of the mountain. Lawson, this is the Instagrammable location. The Mount Fuji should be there, but it's being covered by the clouds. So, mountain, no Fuji. Here is the PS version. So the mountain should be behind me, but it's being covered by the clouds, unfortunately. So, I will be back. It's a long trip today, so we got some snacks for the road trip. We got some corn snack with BBQ flavor. We have popcorn, we have dried salmon, and we have this cod sheets with cheese, and also some soy milk biscuits. Nice for the trip. We now make our way to Oishi Park. At the souvenir shop, you can try the Instagrammable Sakura ice cream in a black cone. I tried the blueberry and vanilla, my dad tried the grape and blueberry, and my mom tried the Sakura and vanilla. Yeah. Oishi Park is on the north shore of Kawaguchiko. With clear weather, there would be an unobstructed view of Mount Fuji, but Mother Nature has decided to deny us that pleasure today. The fisherman in the middle of the lake draws our attention to the lake and its tranquility. In the other direction, we see the foothills wearing clouds like halos. Today, the lake and its environs are our focus, together with the surprises we encounter on a walk along the lakeside pathways. Here we see a mini Mount Fuji constructed with pieces of volcanic rock collected from every prefecture in Japan. The experience of being here is one of true peace and serenity. Expectations versus reality. According to research, there's a 33% chance of rain in March in Tokyo. In March, the city is moderately humid with an average amount of 69%, which could be described as humid but cool. So, it gives me more motivation to come back. Oshino Hakkai is a small village in the Fuji 5 Lake region located between Lake Kawaguchiko and Lake Yamanakako. This was our lunch stop. A brisk walk took us across small bridges and along vigorous streams until we arrived at our restaurant. It's a draw fortune on romance. I'm gonna get one. And it's 100 yen.
Let's see what it says. What does it say?
Today's pink is lucky.
Ooh.
I'm wearing pink. With lunch over, we retraced our steps into the village to inspect the local produce they had for sale. We got some dried fruit, we got dried apricots, and then we got some dried strawberries and dried ginger. Bridges and pathways lead you around and over 8 sacred tranquil ponds. Apparently the ponds here are quite deep and have freshwater plants and koi carp if you're lucky to see them. Oshino Hakkai has a pleasant, laid-back and relaxing atmosphere. The village has restaurants, souvenir shops and food vendors. The 8 ponds of Oshino Hakkai are the beautiful byproduct of historic eruptions of Mount Fuji and intense volcanic activity. The water in Waku Pond is so clear and clean that in 1985, the Minister of the Environment ranked it among some of the nation's best spring water. It's pouring rain. Raining cats and dogs. That's okay. The phrase. We enjoyed visiting this little village. It is probably one of the highlights of the trip. Even though we didn't get to see the Mount Fuji, we still got to see the beautiful nature, which is a different kind of beauty. The stillness, calmness, serenity, solitude. There's that elegance in this beautiful nature. So it's still enjoyable, but I will be back to see Mount Fuji in the summer maybe. Later. Another short trip on the bus brought us to our last attraction of the trip, Arakurayama Sengen Park, which is a 10-minute walk from the Shibuya Shida station on the Fuji-Kyo line, roughly 2 hours from Shinjuku if you're starting in Tokyo. It's a journey of 398 steps up to reach the top. Because the elements were against us, it ended up being a labor of love, ascending the steps to walk under the torii and wash our hands in the small shrine to cleanse our souls. It's raining and it's like I think 5 degrees right now, and we're going all the way up to see this temple. It shows how devoted we are. And it shows how devoted I am to my YouTube channel. Hey. Hey yo, Sakura! There's snow. The ritual way to wash your hands is with a spoon. First rinse your left hand, then your right hand. The final step is to rinse the ladle. Two hours later, we were back in Tokyo, hungry and eager for dinner. Luckily, Tokyo Station has its own dedicated kitchen street. This street is no doubt all about eating, eating, and eating. You'll never go hungry while waiting for your train. There are so many options at Kitchen Street that it is pure torture for indecisive travelers. The easiest way to find or choose a restaurant is to walk around and see what you stumble upon. Unless you are lucky to have a friend who lives in Japan. Yay me! My amazing friend introduced me to this tonkatsu restaurant in Kitchen Street. The queue was long. The consolation was that there must be a queue for a reason. The deduction was correct. Everything you might wish for in a balanced diet got delivered. Then it was back to our hotel in Ueno on the Yamanote line for a well-earned rest. Day 5, the last day in Tokyo, Japan. No, my beautiful dream is going to be over soon. The last morning to get our breakfast from our nearby 7-Eleven. Since we had some time to spare before going to the airport, we went to Ueno Park, just a few streets away from our hotel. Today we were so lucky to see some sakura cherry blossoms. I almost cried by how beautiful the scenery was. Last day in Tokyo, and it's the most beautiful day out of my whole trip. You can see the beautiful cherry blossoms in Ueno Park. Ueno Park, Ueno Kohen, is a large public park near Ueno Station in central Tokyo. The facilities available include Ueno Zoo, Tokyo National Museum, the National Science Museum, the National Museum of Western Art, the Ueno Royal Museum, and temples. As much fun as we had, it was time to go home. The Skyliner is Tokyo's equivalent to Hong Kong Airport Express, ferrying passengers between Tokyo and Narita Airport. The views on the Skyliner were spectacular and reminded me of the movies from Studio Ghibli. Traveling teaches you a lot. It pulls you out of your comfort zone and plunges you into the unknown. Traveling to Tokyo revealed a different world of cultures and people. This trip gave me the opportunity to exercise my patience and learn more humility. I was constantly learning about customs, habits, cultures, histories, peoples, and foods of Tokyo and Japan more broadly. I was able to personally experience the culture, especially by wearing kimono at Sensoji. I also learned that no matter how well a trip is planned, the unexpected can also happen. So the trick is to be spontaneous, to go with the flow, and to enjoy the journey, because that's what travel is all about. So thank you, Tokyo, and see you soon! And thank you, my lovelies, for coming on this journey with me. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you back in Hong Kong.